Good.
Jesper, back training. I believe you had a little bit of issues getting back. We weren't here yesterday.
Yeah, it's great being back, and also see you guys. It must be some news on the horizon that I haven't. Yeah. Okay, no, but it's nice. A little break, and I think it was necessary, and we had the opportunity to have a break, and I think that everybody needed, some time off, and I think that was great.
So the announcement, obviously today, Thomas Müller is now official. It was mentioned, you had a long chat with him about where you see him fitting into the club, his role. I know a lot of that will be private, but what can you share? What were those discussions like? And it seemed that whatever it was you said to him, you really sold him on the club, and he really wants to come here.
Yeah, I think that what was very important to me was not trying to sell him anything, because I think Thomas Müller is. We all know him as a champion on the pitch, but I think that we also know that throughout his career he has actually been a champion outside of the pitch. His behavior and the way he's been handling himself, and also his smartness and his IQ and on the pitch and off the pitch. I think it was not, I didn't want to try to persuade him and sell him anything. It was more, speak to what he could expect and what I expected from him and how he could play for us, how he could be a great player for us. And that was mostly what we were talking about, then talking about football, because I think when you see him, he's so passionate about the game and he's so passionate about competing, and yeah, that was mostly what I thought that we had a discussion about, and how he could play on the team and how he could become a good player for us.
When you look at the attacking core, it's obviously very exciting already. This is a mouth-watering proposition of having Thomas Müller feeding these guys, getting goals himself. Where do you see his role in the team?
Yeah, of course, in the highest line or just underneath. He's a player who we know about his finishing qualities in the box. He is good with his head. He can finish both feet, and he's very good getting to chances with his timing in entering the box. But also he's good at providing for others, and getting him up and around the area where we can score is very important. He has a lot of good qualities. Also good against the ball in the pressing part of the game, and of course, but we need him where he can make the biggest difference, and if it should be in the highest line or just underneath, it's something that we're gonna figure out.
With that said, in terms of the way that you've played most of the season, 4-3-3, does he offer you the ability to play sort of different formations in different ways that sort of will maybe give the opposition having to guess a little bit from the way that you've played most of the season?
Yeah, of course he could play, going in from the side, like we've seen maybe Daniel do when he plays on the side, but also he can play an offensive 8 position. He can also play just underneath the striker as a 10 if we want to do it that way. It gives us flexibility, but also, of course, the most important thing is that it gives us even more quality.
His playmaking abilities and his sort of smarts on the pitch, are those maybe the priorities in terms of trying to maximize the things that he's really good at when thinking of where you're going to play them in a starting lineup?
Yeah, that's of course. It's not about if he can play different positions. It's about how can he have the biggest impact on the game. So that's the most important thing. And then we all know about his leadership and the person he is. He wants to be. He's ultra competitive, and also not afraid of setting high demands for himself and his teammates. So I think that's also very important. He can bring us that.
Speaking on the leadership, do you think Thomas Müller could bring a good chemistry to the team?
Yeah, of course, I think so. I think that we already have a good chemistry on the team. I think that he will just add to that. We also need matureness and it's always good to have experience combined with quality. So I think that it's that I hope and I believe is going to benefit us a lot.
Could you share about what is the cost and the price to sign to sign this deal?
No, that's what you have to speak to Axel about.
Can I ask you about this weekend's game?
Yes.
First of all, you've had a break. How important was that break for this team going into the final part of the season?
No, I think it was necessary because we played 35 games already, and some of our players are going to play when we have the next breaks in national team windows. Some of the players are going to play there, so I think this was actually the last opportunity to give everybody a break. So I think that it was necessary, and of course we have to catch up again. But on a little bit longer term, I think I hope it's going to be beneficial. That's definitely the intention. We have to see how it falls out, but I think everybody needed it. Also mentally, guys who played the Gold Cup haven't had a break since we started out. So I think I think everybody needed it. Also the staff, I think.
You've got a season. You've lost a couple of players for the season.
Yeah.
You've had Ryan Gault not play for a long time. You've had other injuries. How much a challenge is that to, like, not every game, but you're always sort of tinkering with your lineup, adding, changing?
No, but it's always a challenge. But you also know that you have injuries throughout a season. You also have suspensions and stuff like that. But of course, we have been a little bit too short lately. Of players, we have players out. We also have players left, Demir and Pedro. So we have been a little bit short on players. So it's a little tricky all the time. You have to try and manage players, and we have all the games we've had. So we try to manage not getting injuries. Unfortunately for Sam and Ranko, they got, and also Ryan, of course. But it's what happens throughout the course of the season. But it's what it is. That's why a team needs a coach, I think.
And specifically, what challenge does San Jose bring to you?
Yeah, it's a different team. They play a little bit different than some of the teams we've met lately. They're very aggressive in their defensive style of playing, going very high, playing man-man, play very open. We can see there's a lot of goals in their games. And we like to play a game where it's a little bit more closed and we play closer to each other. But they want the pitch to be, longer and with a lot of spaces for some of the offensive players. And they have some really good offensive players. So it's going to be challenging and difficult for us. Of course, away game in San Jose is difficult. So it's it's going to be different from what we've been playing up against the last couple of times.
Last thing for me, you sort of addressed this earlier. It's one thing to bring in a very talented individual with a lot of experience. Is it just as important their ability to fit into the dressing room? Like, you could have a most talented player, but if he doesn't fit in, nobody likes them.
Yeah.
It makes it more difficult.
Yeah, of course it's important. The chemistry of the team is very important, and the way you can work cohesively is very important. So of course it's important, and it's a task for us and also for Thomas when we get in, that he gets to fit in both on and off the pitch pretty fast. So that's always what is a challenge for everybody.
Jesper, I noticed Goldie was not training today. Why was that?
Because he was training, but inside. Yeah.
Why?
Because he was not fit to train outside, I think. Normally he would train with the team if he was fit to do so, but he wasn't. So we have to see. He's been a little bit in and out. Today he was in, but of course it's a sign that he's not going to play Saturday.
Thomas Müller, when did his name kind of crop up in your discussions with actual Schuster? Like, when did his name come on the horizon?
Yeah, I can't really remember exact date, but some time ago. It was not that long time ago, of course, but it's a name we knew, but popped up through Axel was yeah, it was I can't really remember but it's not that long time ago.
You're just in Europe. He's still over in Europe. Were you able to meet with him face to face? I know you talked to him.
No, not there. I was relaxing in Denmark, and no. But we're gonna meet him soon.
He'll be here Thursday. Do you envision him playing a lot of minutes? Will he need a lot of training, or can you just roll out of bed and just play football?
He can roll out of bed and play football. I don't know at what level, but he can definitely. No, we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that he'll get on the pitch as fast as possible, because we don't have that many games left for the season. So if he has to get in and play together with his teammates, and that's important for us. So I think that we'll see him. We'll not make anything stupid. You know, he has to be ready to play. Whatever is necessary and whatever he can, but I think it's important to get him into the team as fast as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.